It's time to move forward in Romans, and we're now down to Romans chapter 2, verse 25. Let's begin there. Circumcision benefits you if you observe the law, but if you're a lawbreaker, your circumcision has become uncircumcision. What does that mean? Well, of course, we realize that circumcision was a practice in the Jewish church with a male child, to have them circumcised. The significance of being a part of that Jewish faith and of the law. But what it's saying is, if you follow a ritualistic law, practice, but then break the law, disregard, pay no attention to God's laws, then that was a waste. You've taken away every benefit of the act that you have performed to identify yourself with that law. Break the law? You did that for nothing. That circumcision was worthless. Moving on in 26. So, if an uncircumcised man keeps the law's requirements, will not his uncircumcision be counted as circumcision? So it's saying just the opposite. I'm not a Jew, say. I haven't been circumcised, but I keep the law. So, in God's eyes, is that person not circumcised? You see, keeping the law means more than following that religious tradition, following that practice. It's, do you keep the law or do you not keep the law? Verse 27. A man who is physically uncircumcised, but who keeps the law, will judge you who are a lawbreaker in spite of having the letter of the law and circumcision. It's saying this person that keeps the law, not circumcised, but they keep the law, they'll see you who are breaking the law, though you're a Jew perhaps, though you are circumcised, and they'll judge you and say, look what you have done. Means nothing to me. Verse 28. For a person is not a Jew who is one outwardly, and true circumcision is not something visible in the flesh. So that's saying the outward appearance has really little meaning. It's what's inside. You can be a Christian on the outside, but evil and a non-believer on the inside. And with God, forget the outside. The outside has no benefit compared to the inside. Verse 29. On the contrary, a person who is a Jew, who is one inwardly, and circumcision is of the heart, by the Spirit, not the letter, that person's praise is not from people, but from God. The praise comes from God. That ends chapter 2. So what those few verses are talking about, this practice of circumcision and non-circumcision, what it's saying to us is it means more what is in our hearts and not outwardly. You see, I've been standing near some churches, and I have seen people pass by, perhaps on a bus or walking, and they'll stop and cross themselves as they keep going. But that is their only sign of a religious belief. Well, if there's nothing going on inside, the outward appearance, the outward actions have no meaning to God. So you who follow Christ inwardly, not just outwardly. Practice what you preach. I said a few weeks ago, or a few times ago, we tell people they should live a certain way. We should live a certain way. Well, that concludes Romans chapter 2. Next time, we'll get into Romans chapter 3. So, let's be circumcised on the inside. God bless you. And keep reading in God's Word.